I believe as our economy continues to open up, we have to support our small businesses and prepare potential employees to fill the jobs that are going to become available. And I remain focused on making sure we support policies that create more jobs, that spur growth, spur innovation, and put more money in the pockets of hardworking Virginians. And I believe we can continue to incentivize rehiring. We can remove regulatory barriers to job creation and return our supply chain back from China. A lot of our restaurants are having issues with being able to get just the basic things for their restaurant. But as opposed to my opponent, who in his first Democrat candidates forum stated that capitalism is not the answer. I believe government's role should be to eliminate barriers to success, not create them. In addition, my opponent says we should consider a universal income and jobs guarantee. I don't know where the money's going to come from for that or how you make that happen. Instead, I believe we have to prioritize workforce development and continue to promote CTE and STEM programs, which is going to better prepare our future workforce with the necessary skills and knowledge to compete in a global economy. We have to help schools create partnerships with the business community so students can cultivate skills to meet the demand of the labor market. And we can better prepare our professionals of tomorrow by increasing access to dual enrollment CTE training courses today so students can work towards credentials while still in high school, have that workforce training on the job while they're in high school. By taking less than 2 years or sometimes even a few weeks to complete these qualifications, we provide a more tangible approach to education and qualifying students for well-paying jobs.
I'm not sure where this wild accusation of capitalism is not the answer. That's facetious and besides the point, that's not something I've ever endorsed. But again, we have to remember two things. One, we're in this mess because people like my opponent refuse to hold this president accountable, even now when he says that he admits that he lied and downplayed the virus. We could have resolved this thing by March, April, May, had there been accountability, and there's not. I am a supporter of the HEROES Act, which would have allocated trillions of dollars, including $900 billion to state and local governments and more money to small businesses. My opponent voted against this bipartisan piece of legislation, jeopardizing the livelihoods of at least 30 million Americans. And again, he talks about what we should do, what we need to do. Well, you're in a position of power. You can have the opportunity to pass this legislation, and to say no on a bipartisan piece of legislation when there is a desperate need for working families is simply beyond the pale of public service.
Listen, this HEROES Act was a bill that was drafted behind closed doors by Nancy Pelosi, and the final product shows it's not a serious legislative proposal. The HEROES Act was not aid for locality. It was a partisan wish list, and even Democrats like my fellow Virginian colleague, Representative Spanberger, called out the HEROES Act. In fact, this is what she said. She said, unfortunately, many members of Congress, including myself and my own party, have decided to use this package as an opportunity to make political statements and propose a bill that goes far beyond pandemic relief and has no chance of becoming law.